Hi Earth signs, welcome to this pick a card reading for 2024. So this is basically what do Earth signs need to know for 2024. So it could be an important event, a running theme, a turning point that could happen at any point during 2024. So the messages are for anyone whose sun, moon or rising sign is Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. In addition to these messages, you might want to watch the ones for, I've done air, fire and water as well. So if your sun, moon or rising sign is air, fire or water, you might want to watch that as well. But we're going to go purely from intuition today. So no objects in front of you, just the decks. So we have the first deck here, deck 1, second deck or group 2, and deck or group 3. So purely using your intuition, we're working together on this. See what deck calls out to you, and then you can decide if you want to watch one of the messages, two of them, all of them. It's entirely up to you, whatever calls out to you. So just take a bit of time to have a look. I feel like there's something else I wanted to say and I can't remember it now. But yeah, just use your intuition to decide, and then we'll get on with the readings. So welcome group 1 air signs. Again, the messages are for anyone whose sun, moon or rising sign is Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo. And I'll just reiterate again, feel free to watch the air, fire or water sign videos if your sun, moon or rising sign is one of those as well. So again, looking at what do you need to know for 2024, whether it's an event, a running theme, a turning point that happens at any point during 2024. Thank you very much to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the video, subscribes to the channel. It's all appreciated. And if you'd like a personal reading, see the info in the description box for that. But let's get on with your reading. So this will be the deck for the main spread, and I've done it again. Yeah, I need to make a bit more space. So I'm going to have to take a brief pause. I keep on forgetting at the beginning. So it will only be 1 second for you. Okay, earth signs, yeah, I keep forgetting because of the type of spread I'm doing. I need more space. I've got a small desk as it is, and yeah, I need more. So we're going to start off with a message from the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck, first of all. So I'm going to get about 3 messages or so for you from this deck. And then we will get into the tarot cards and the tarot spread. So what the earth signs need to know for 2024, please. So messages for earth signs for 2024, please. So you've got 2 so far. You have pleasure, Tanit, I believe it says pleasure. And you have Sara Lakali, divine lineage. And I will just see if I can get you one more, hopefully just one, rather than loads of them flying out. Okay, yep, we have one and it dramatically flew to the ground, so just bear with me a minute. Okay. Yep, I can see that we're blurred as well now, and I've managed to move the desk in the process, the table that's next to the desk in the process. You have, wow, that's interesting, celestial alignment. So the fact that you've got divine lineage and celestial alignment together, that is interesting. So these messages are very brief. I don't know if I want to read the entire thing. I'm going to quickly have a look at that pleasure message first, because that one's probably the most self-explanatory one. And I don't need to get too much into that. So that was number 11, wasn't it? Just see if there's a key, anything, any key points. Yeah, it's literally just pleasure. There is a little bit of innuendo in there, to be honest. But yeah, turn up the pleasure principle. I quite like that statement, and it says, I deserve pleasure. It feels good to feel good. So yeah, as you can see, the messages aren't excessively long here. So let's look at, so pleasure, it's just, do you deserve more pleasure in 2024? I mean, do you deserve more pleasure in general? So that Sara Kali, yep, knew we'd lose the candle as well. Okay, I'm just going to briefly pause again. Sorry for the interruptions. Right, so Sara Kali, number 6. So, goddess of divine lineage, Romani, Egypt. She's a water element. So, great ancestress Sarah Lakali, meaning Sarah the Black or Sarah the Black, was an Egyptian prophetess and the patron saint of the Romani people. Oral history says that Saint Sarah had the highest divine lineage. Her guidance says your ancestors protect the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is you. Divine ones walk beside and within you. Trust. The embodiment says your ancestors want to remind you that you are not alone. They are rooting for you. They ask you to honor your spirit guides and call upon the power of the divine. Create or nourish your ancestral altar or shrine. Unbury your ancestors, speak their names. Your divine lineage ancestors may be blood related or culturally or spiritually connected. The declaration says, I am my sister and my sister is me. And I'm assuming that it refers, you can change it to I am my brother and my brother is me if you want to as well. I'm just looking at the part where it says about unburying your ancestor. I know that in some cultures, I can't remember which one specifically, there might be South American cultures that do it, that literally dig up the dead. I know for some it sounds quite morbid. I am one of these weirdos that is not freaked out by that kind of stuff, and I mean weirdo in an endearing way. Yeah, it doesn't, I mean, I'm not saying I'd want to dig up one of my ancestors and have them in a room with me and stuff like that, but yeah, it fascinates me more than grosses me out. So I have seen a few documentaries about that kind of stuff, about unburying them. It's the way that they honor them. But yeah, that one's quite interesting. So it's honoring your ancestors is the key, I would say, here. Okay, I'm just making sure I don't miss anything because I'm talking at the same time as reading it. So let's look at that celestial alignment. 41. You might need or you might discover something about you, your lineage in 2024, about your ancestry. It could also be that you just kind of tap into your spiritual side more, to be honest. But right, let's look at this one. So celestial alignment. Oh God, how the hell am I going to pronounce this now? It doesn't even tell you how. I'm not even going to bother. Should I even bother? Because I'm just going to butcher it. Nko Sazana. I'm going to say it once and that's it. I'm not going to try and butcher it anymore. If anybody knows how to pronounce this, then feel free to leave a comment with the kind of breakdown of how you say it. Because, yeah, I don't like butchering names. I mean, the name I have, it's one where people always mix it up with a different name or say it wrong. So maybe that's why have a sort of attitude where it's like, no, I'm going to get people's name right. If they tell me, I'm always going to say it right and spell it right. Right, so it says, Goddess of Celestial Alignment. She's a high priestess, Zulu, South Africa, water element. She's I'm not going to keep repeating the name to butcher it. She's the healer of healers and the teacher of teachers whose love for humanity makes the corn grow. She dwells in foamy waters but is known as the heavenly princess. As above, so below is celestial alignment. The guidance says your natural path is to be in alignment with your own divinity. No one can take from you what they didn't give you. The embodiment says, how do you want to feel? You think often about what you want, but goddess energy speaks to us in feelings. Celestial alignment is being in sync with the energetic feeling, the frequency of the sacred. Everything that you desire is in that frequency. Match it with your feelings. That is the energy of God, Goddess. The declaration says, I am always being guided in the right direction. Right, earth signs, is there something here where you feel like you don't really get what you want? That's what I'm thinking from all of these cards together. I mean, you've got the whole thing about the divine lineage. I know I said spirituality, you could be tapping into that more or finding out something about your ancestry. But you've got the pleasure card, which is about pleasure, happiness. It's what you want, isn't it? Divine lineage mentioned that your ancestors or spiritual whatever, divine guardians, whatever, are rooting for you. You've got celestial alignment, which kind of speaks of manifestation and getting what you want. So is there something where you don't feel in life at present where, whether it's your whole life, a particular area of your life, where you just feel like you can't get what you want? That is the first thing that's come into mind here. I mean, we'll see what the tarot says, but it's like, yeah, it's almost like the whatever spiritual team you have or believe in or whatever it is you believe in is asking you, well, tell me what you want and we'll kind of see if we can work together to get it for you. But do you believe that you deserve it? Do you believe that you can have that? Or have you been working towards it and it hasn't been working out? So yeah, let's get your tarot cards out. So I'm doing a 3x3 spread, as I've kept on explaining. I am actually recording, aren't I? Yeah. So we are going to look at past, present and potential future energies, because I think it's important to see where you've been, where you've come from, where you stand now and where you're heading, to get the full picture of things, because, you know, it's better to have the full picture than to just try to forge ahead sometimes, isn't it? So, well, that's the way I read anyway. So not saying I'm right, my way's right, but it's just my method. So let's look at the past energies first of all. That's quite a lot. I'm going to try that again. Ooh, yeah. You know what? Actually, I think I'm tempted to keep them. Yeah, I felt like putting them back, but something's saying keep them. This is that kind of energy that I was saying about. I mean, Nine of Cups is your wishes. The Empress can be connected to manifestation and abundance and creativity, that sort of energy and empowerment. And then you've got the Seven of Wands, which is like a block, isn't it? And for me, as I've repeated multiple times, that Seven of Wands is like she's protecting something sacred. But do you feel like you're blocked from something sacred? Is what's coming to mind here. So I'll put those there. And we will get you another card. So, I mean, that is your energy. That's past, but that is you. The cards that go here are going to represent your energy specifically. Let's get the next one for the past energy. Wow. And then you get the moon. And I was saying, do you feel like you're blocked or something? I mean, the moon is the unknown. It's where you don't know something or you don't know how. One more for the past energy. We have the Queen of Cups, and you have there specifically two cards that strongly connect to emotions and connect to Cancerian energy as well. So that is very interesting. I'm going to say it because the question is coming up about being tapped into your emotions, because I feel like that celestial alignment card said, what did it say? It said something about the manifestation or the universe speaks in emotions, doesn't it? Or something to that effect. You think often about what you want, but goddess energy speaks to us in feelings. And then the Empress kind of is on the verge of she's like an earth goddess, really, isn't she, when you think about it? That is interesting. And it's for men or women. This is not just a reading for women, it's for anyone, by the way. As much as I'm talking about goddess energy, it's for anyone. So let's look at the current present energy. I mean, for me, again, as I said, any cards down this column here represent you specifically. This is present energy. For me, again, it raises the question, is it like asking yourself, how do you get what you want, or you don't know how to get what you want, or you're juggling what you need to, but are you getting what you want as well as juggling the stuff that you have to juggle? Yeah. So let's get another one for the present. All right, okay, and then finally we're going to do the potential future energy. So that is the literal, well, as literal as you can get when the future's not set in stone, 2024 energy, because I still stand by that. I'll always stand by that. The future's not set in stone. So whatever comes out, it's pure potential, not certainty. Ooh, I love this. Right, you've got Strength and the Eight of Pentacles there. Again, that represents your energy, and it's asking, for me, that's saying it's about having the courage to put the energy, the time, energy and effort into whatever it is that you really, really, really want. Not to say you're not doing anything at all and not putting time and energy into anything, but when it comes to your real heart's desire, yeah, it's putting the energy into that. So let's get another for potential future. For earth signs, King of Swords, and one more. Yeah, I wasn't going to say it yet because we haven't got there, but the one message that's coming up, the King of Swords, with the King of Swords message is, what more do you feel like you need to know? And I'm not sure how to take that, whether it is that you literally need more information before you can do something, or if it's that you know, and we feel like we need more, and it's like, well, no, actually you've got enough to make a move now, but it's like you feel like you need every single teeny tiny little detail, and it's like that's not possible. And it's funny how the moon is like the top energy up there, the past. So yeah, let's get one more. Okay, yeah, I will take that. These are it's quite a lot, but it feels right, to be honest. So you've got the Queen of Swords. I love the fact that you've got the King and Queen of Swords there, the Fool and the Ten of Cups. So let's start off with that Seven of Wands, which you can barely see them now. They're partially hidden. I don't know if I'm going to need to go deep into these because, like, as I said, I don't have to clarify every single card on the table, but it's just where I feel like it's necessary. I will. So Seven of Wands, the Empress, Nine of Cups. As I said, it's almost like, again, it's that same energy of, do you feel like you kind of, there's some big secret to getting what you want and you just don't know it? But let's clarify and see what comes out. My deck is sticky again. I did powder my decks and this one is a little bit sticky. Well, it's not too bad actually, but it's better than it was because it was very, very sticky before. So let's try that. So Seven of Wands, the Empress, and the Nine of Cups, please. Ace of Pentacles. What else? Yep, I mean, I was going to say you've got an opportunity there, but do you feel like you're being held back? And then you get the Devil straight after. Do you feel you're held back from certain opportunities? That way, wow. Right, okay, so. Yeah, so first of all, Ace of Pentacles, the Devil, it's like being held back from opportunity, whether it's something that you can see in your sights and you just can't get to, or you want it and you don't know how to get it. You've got Death. I mean, remember, this is your specific energy. So if you are feeling held back, you would want things to change, wouldn't you? You'd want to change. Four of Wands suggests, so it does suggest that there's not a foundation for whatever it is that you want in life, whether it could be marriage, it could be a relationship, it could be a career path, there could be something home related here. Maybe it's even something as simple as not being able to buy a home or something with that Four of Wands. The Star is wishes as well. Those are in reverse, so it's like, I know sometimes I'd say it's a work in progress. It doesn't feel like a work in progress, clarifying something where you're being held back. It just feels like, it does feel like being held back from whatever it is you want, the foundation that you want to create, your wishes, being able to celebrate even, like, you know, if you're trying to progress in something, because the Four of Wands upright can be a celebration of the success you've already achieved or the foundation you've built so far. In reverse, it's like you can't reach that milestone. So again, it's just energies have been held back, but it's like you have the desire to, you want that to change. But yeah, it's just being held back. So yeah, let's leave that. We'll look at the Moon card. As I say, it's like, do you feel, this is the cards down. So we've got your energy specifically here. These cards all represent you. This represents what you need to know about yourself or the situation. And then the cards at the end are what you can learn or the guidance. So the Moon is like, do you feel like there's something hidden from you? I mean, this was the past energy. So you've been held back in the past anyway, already. With that Moon card, it's like, what more do you feel like you need to know? What is it that feels unknown to you? Definitely an emotional connection there. I mean, just as advice on its own, again, I'd say, is it that there's something emotionally that you're not tapped into? And it's not no blame at all. It's just asking the question. So the Moon card, why is that there, please? Bloody hell, okay, we've got the King of Cups. I mean, I was saying is there's something you're not tapped into emotionally. So we know that the King of Cups is aware of how they feel. And they can be very emotionally mature, emotionally intelligent, emotionally resilient as well. But expression, in terms of emotional expression, like their own deep emotions, like they can be a very loving person, but in terms of their deepest emotions, which the Moon can be their deepest hidden emotions, is there an issue with expressing there? Because this is saying, what do you need to know about the situation? Are you hiding your deepest desires? Like, whatever it is that you really, really, truly want in life, are you kind of keeping that hidden in a way? Have you fully expressed it, or is it hidden? So, well, I'm going to assume it's hidden with all these cards have been held back. So it's like, even if you wanted to manifest it and you wanted the universe or whatever you believe in to work with you, if you haven't been completely honest about your deepest desires, deepest heart's desires, the universe can't help you. Not to say that you can't manifest anything at all, but you know, whatever it is that you want the most, yeah. I mean, the Hanged Man is introspective, aren't they? They're a person on their own trying to figure everything out by themselves. There's no other people involved in that. The Queen of Cups is the one. Between her and the King of Cups, she openly expresses her emotions. She's not afraid of them. And I'm not saying anybody's afraid of their emotions here. I mean, there could be, but the King of Cups, it's his reasons. I mean, he's not controlled. He's a master of his emotions for a start. So that's one reason why he wouldn't just blurt everything out that he's feeling. But the reasons for him keeping them to himself, you know what, I'm not even actually 100% certain about that, to be honest. We talk about him keeping his emotions, being reserved with them, but we're not sure why. Maybe it's just being cautious. But yeah, I don't think I've gone that deep into understanding why he doesn't, like, I don't think it's fear. I'm not sure. I mean, it would depend. Like, if the Devil and the King of Cups came up together, then yeah, I would say 100%. If they were literally next to each other, clarifying something, I would say, yeah, there's fear there. But I don't know. It could be something about not wanting to make a mistake, or just needing a lot of time to consider things with that Hanged Man being there, because that is looking at the different perspectives. Whereas the Queen of Cups, she would have a very pure feeling and just like let it out probably. Whereas the King of Cups would probably analyse the shit out of it before he actually expresses anything. So you had the Strength card, you had the... wow. You know what I'm getting? So whatever your deepest heart's desire or emotion is here, it's because this is what you need to know. It's telling you that you need the courage to... It's like holding it in is a burden to you. It is literally like keeping... It's a burden to you. But if you let it out, if you drop that burden, it would start a new chapter for you. So, okay, here we go with the relationship thing again. So say if you had a best friend that you were secretly in love with for a decade, that's a massive burden, isn't it? That is a huge burden to anybody, especially if you're still interacting with that person. You watch them have other relationships, you're keeping that to yourself. That is a massive burden. Is there a guarantee that if you express to that friend how you really felt about them, that you'd live a happily ever after? No guarantee whatsoever. But it's like that truth will set you free energy. That, I mean, I know there would be fears around the friendship breaking or whatever, but it is a heavy burden. I mean, maybe the point of like releasing the burden, the new chapter, is that at least if you let those feelings out and you know where you stand, even if the friendship goes to shit, you can at least move on, and you've released those feelings. So now you're kind of free to find someone else and kind of have those feelings elsewhere. Or if you're very blessed, your friend feels the same way, or they're willing to give it a chance, and maybe you do get the happily ever after. That's one example. Or if you've got some long-standing dream life or dream pursuit or creative dream or something that you want to pursue, but you're shutting it down and keeping it to yourself, you're blocking your blessings, aren't you? I'm sure you've heard that before. Whereas if you let it out, again, no guarantee that it's going to work out. But at least if you drop the burden, release the emotions, you give yourself a chance to try to have a new chapter, to have a new cycle, and try and see what happens. So to be frank, I'll get one or two clarifiers for the Queen of Cups, but I feel like it's just the same thing here, saying that you kind of... It would probably benefit you to kind of release the emotions, not because you're going to necessarily get exactly what you want, but even if you don't, once you free the emotions, it's kind of like you're kind of freeing a part of yourself, and then you're free to move on, aren't you? So yeah, Queen of Cups. I feel like I've talked about that for ages. Five of Pentacles. For me, that would be more along the lines of fear, of being left out in the cold if you express your emotions. Yeah, okay, I'd get this. I love that. I'm going to get one more, actually, but I know what that Six of Pentacles means. Well, that's the freedom there. That Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, for me, that feels like where whatever the end result is, you free yourself, and then you can kind of pursue your own individual happiness. But the Six of Pentacles here for me, it's warning you or letting you know that you don't give to get. So again, whatever one you want to pursue, if you have any concerns about, you don't want to try it or do it or express it because you're worried you're not going to get the result that you want, the point is not to give to get. I mean, yes, obviously, logically, you want to get something from it, but yeah, it's not about that. It's like, I mean, the card is a card of generosity, isn't it? It's not someone giving here so that the beggars can give him something in return. I mean, obviously he's the person who's giving is going to feel good in themselves that they gave something, but it's not a literal tit for tat, I give you this, you give me that kind of energy, is it? And it's the same with expressing the emotions. It's not, you can't sort of spend your whole life relying on, oh, well, I'm only going to tell them this if they are going to reciprocate. It can't work like that. Sometimes you have to take a risk. I'm surprised. I was just going to say I'm surprised the Fool's not there. It's on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, okay. So yeah, sometimes you have to take a risk and then you deal with whatever the end result is. That was hilarious. Wow. Honestly, I didn't look at the Fool. I didn't know what was on the bottom of the deck. I was just talking, thinking of the Fool. Anyway, let's move on to the next bit. So that's the past energy. So yeah, you may feel like you've been blocked from getting what you really want. And as I say, it looks like there's just a thing there where there's a burden of you keeping it to yourself, what you really, really, really want. So if you keep it to yourself, it's a guaranteed fate, isn't it? Because nothing can happen if you don't express it at all. But let's look at the Two of Pentacles in the present energy. So again, that Two of Pentacles is your energy specifically. It could be indecisiveness of not knowing whether or not to go for it. But again, as I said, it could also represent you just dealing with the day-to-day, juggling the average shit, but not reaching, not even, how do I put it? Like getting what you fully deserve. I know that's a weird way to put it, but like it's averages, isn't it? If that makes sense. I don't want to say mediocrity, but that's the only word I can think of. Because Six of Wands is not mediocrity, is it? I know that sounds a bit bad actually, but yeah, that's the only way I could think of putting it. It's just balancing all the average day-to-day shit and not kind of, and again, it's not a reading of blame or anything like that. It's just saying that maybe you do deserve more, maybe you do deserve more happiness, more pleasure, etc. And yeah, but you would have to play a role in making that happen. So Two of Pentacles, you might be aware of this already, that you're just doing what you need to do and that you would like more, but it's just like, you know what, I've just got to get on with what I've got to get on with. And yeah, so Two of Pentacles, your energy specifically in the present. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, okay. Magician, wow. And Temperance. Let's get one more. Queen of Swords, Page of Swords, King of Pentacles. Wow, that's not bad actually. I think it's more along the lines, I'll still go with the mediocrity thing, but I think it's more along the lines of, even if you did, you acknowledge what you really want. It's sort of the energy of, it is more of an indecisiveness of, yeah, but how would I do it? Not so much, it could be, am I going to do it or not? But it's like how. I think you focused more on the how than the what if I did do it. Because you've got the opportunity here. The Magician is a card to do with capability. I'm seeing more along the lines of alchemy with the Temperance card, creating something new out of two different substances, things, whatever, like connecting. Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords together, it's knowledge, isn't it? It's like you have your truth, and then the Page of Swords is investigation. So that's the figuring it out part. And then you've got the King of Pentacles, which is the energy to physically make it happen. But with that Two of Pentacles, it's more like, well, how though? How? And contemplating how would I do this? If I did that, would that work? If I did that, would that work? It's that kind of energy. What do you need to do? Because it's Pentacles to make it successful. So the Six of Wands. I mean, the Six of Wands, again, as I said, that's the end. This energy is what you need to know about the situation. So the Six of Wands, it is a card of success, but it's also a card of putting yourself out there for a start. So if there is something you want, the first step would be, or one of the steps would be, you got to put yourself in the picture. It can't happen if you're not present for it. So Six of Wands. And then you get the Four of Swords, which is a card of, it's distance is the word that's coming to mind. Yes, possibly physical distance, but it's like, it's keeping to yourself, isn't it, really? It can be a card of deep contemplation, but I would say it's just telling you that, well, you can't sort of sit there thinking about it forever. You've got to do something. You've got to physically do something about it. Like, thinking about it isn't going to make it happen. I'm sorry if this reading sounds a bit harsh, but it's not meant to be harsh at all. I'm just reading what the cards are telling me. The Ace of Cups, yeah, it's expressing the emotion. Whether it is literally expressing an emotion to someone, or it's being more honest and open with yourself about what it is that you really want to pursue or do with your life or do in general, and acting upon that, putting yourself in the picture so that there is at least a 1% chance, at least if you come out of your shell, there's a 1% chance of it happening. If you're in a Four of Swords upright energy where you're keeping to yourself, there's 0% chance of it happening. I mean, maybe, because sometimes this looks like prayer to me, maybe you are kind of hoping that whatever it is that you want will come to you, but yeah, you can't. I mean, it's not impossible that something can come to you because you wish for it, but for the most part you have to put the action in. Again, you've got the Hanged Man. It's like, oh, it's giving me an energy of overthinking. Overthinking for a start, if it would be successful and then kind of just stuck in a pattern of thinking. You've got the Queen of Pentacles there, so that is something that is very valuable. It is what you see value in. But let's get one more after that. I'm curious. So you have the Hermit. There's a lot of contemplation cards. The Hermit, the Hanged Man, the Four of Swords. Do you not feel like you're ready for it? Because I always say about this, the Hermit in general looks like he's been on a journey for like 100 years or something. Like, do you see the value in something, but it's like you feel like you're not ready for it? Like, I did pick that up before, didn't I? About feeling like, no, I need to know more or do more, whether it's financially, whether it's in terms of knowledge, whether it's in terms of spiritual or personal growth. Do you feel like you need to achieve more before you can, do you feel like there's some other degree of success in some other area that you need to achieve before you can go for what you want? Like, do you feel like you're not prepared for the challenge of getting whatever it is that you feel is really valuable? Right, so what's the advice? Four of Cups. The advice card is Four of Cups in reverse. I think for a start, it's telling you to drag yourself out of just thinking about it and just being stuck in the emotions. It's sort of saying, well, you've got to make a move. Any move at this point is better than nothing. Let's get something for that Four of Cups. I know there's a bunch of cards on the table right now, so I'll put them up here and hopefully you'll understand what I'm looking at. So this is still present energy. Okay, just bear with me. That has gone to the floor and... yeah, action. You've got the Ace of Wands there. To me, that's saying just do anything at this point. Any move that you can make towards whatever it is that you want, no matter how small, do it. It's better than being stuck, because even if you don't get the result that you want, you can still continue, change your path, whatever. Let's just get one more. You gotta have courage. Yeah, you gotta have the courage. I mean, it's there twice, isn't it? Okay, let's put these back and look at the future. Let's move on to the future energy. So yeah, in the past, feeling held back, maybe not knowing enough. I mean, that keeps on coming up quite a bit, where you feel like you don't know enough. I mean, and maybe you don't. Maybe you literally don't know. Like, again, going back to that example, if you had a best friend who you'd harboured feelings for years and you don't know how they feel, you literally don't know how they feel, do you? But you're not going to find out by just thinking about, wondering to yourself, I wonder how they feel. I mean, you could be sitting there wishing, well, maybe one day they'll tell me how they feel. And to be frank, if you hold your breath waiting for that, you might not live, because you just don't know. When the other people's free will is involved as well as yours, it complicates things even more, doesn't it? So the Strength card, and it doesn't have to be a relationship, it could be anything. As I've said, it's just one example. Could be any situation, apply it how it's relevant. So Strength, Eight of Pentacles. Again, I'll reiterate what I said. It looks like it's about future. It's having the courage to take some kind of action and put some kind of time and effort and energy, and physical time, effort and energy, not just thinking about it, trying to figure out how to do it, but literally putting the work in. So is this what you're going to do? Is it what you're going to do? Let's have a look. Or is it telling you, I mean, it's your energy specifically, so it does suggest that you will have the courage. That you probably will have the courage to do it, actually. And then we get the moon, which makes it a bit ambiguous. Oh, but the moon can be about facing the unknown as well. So with clarifying cards like Strength and Eight of Pentacles, it's more along the lines of knowing that you're facing the unknown, but doing it anyway, having the courage, like the fearless energy. Ooh, and then you get Ace of Wands in reverse. The Sun, okay. I mean, when you get the moon and the sun together in a reading, it always makes me think, or often makes me think, that whatever's hidden becomes clear. So it may be a case that, oh, it's difficult to say this one is if you are literally going to do it or not. It really is. The other readings I've done, I was pretty like, there was a bit more certainty with what you were going to do, what the viewer was going to do. This one, because of the cards that have come up here, I mean, to be frank, even before they came out, it was kind of a little bit ambiguous about if you were literally going to do anything or not, because the Ace of Wands is in reverse. I mean, it could be a work in progress where you are kind of willing to face the unknown, but you want things to become clear first, or clearer. Let's see. And as I said, this can be at any point in 2024, beginning, middle, end, one-off event, main theme, running theme. Could run in cycles. There could even be a back and forth potentially. Right, anything else for this? Right, we have King of Cups, Nine of Cups, okay. So the King of Cups, I'll say, first of all, in reverse, feels like where he is ready to open up. And then you've got the Three of Wands. I mean, that's about intentions, but it's usually where you've put a bit of effort in, or you've set your intentions, put your intentions out there. So that could be where you've told, like these two together, could potentially be where you've told someone how you feel. And it is then, once you've told them how you feel, it's a case of waiting for them to come back and sort of say how they feel as well. Yeah, this is why I say the future's not set in stone. I'm going to get one more, but Ten of Wands, that's where you drop the burden. I am still getting uncertainty, and it could just reference the fact that you need courage because you're facing the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. This one may be a real difficult one, because I know I've said before, not just myself, but other readers. I mean, I think a lot of readers say the future's not set in stone, but it's just one of those where free will plays such a big part in it that you cannot guarantee what someone's going to do. Like maybe some of you will literally, like I think you'll probably all get the courage, but whether or not all of you will act upon it or not, that feels like another story, because it's a very mixed energy here. It feels really mixed. And it's almost giving an energy, a back and forth energy of like, 1 minute you feel like you're going to do it, then you don't feel like you're going to do it, then you're going to do it, then you're not going to do it, then you start to sort of say something a little bit to kind of let the cat out of the bag, but then you hold yourself back, and it's a really mixed energy, to be honest. So I think this one's down to you. It's down to if you're willing to really open up and put the action in. That's all I can say about that, because as you can see, it's mega mixed energy here. I'll get one more after that Ten of Wands. I don't know if that will make it certain, to be honest, in terms of it's showing that you feel the courage and you are willing to put in the effort. Again, it's not a guarantee that you will, and that's just based on the way it feels, more so than even the cards, because looking at them, if you just looked at the cards, it would look like, oh yeah, you're going to get the courage and do it, but based on the way it feels, I don't know. And then you've got the Five of Pentacles, the Magician, the Tower. I mean, that speaks of a bit of worry to me of whether or not it's going to work out. So I'm still getting a bit of a worried energy here. Let's look at the Tower. And it's back and forth again. So again, you've got the Three of Wands, King of Cups, where it looks like you're going to do something. So it looks like here you're ready to kind of face the... So this is where you're facing the unknown. But then the Ace of Wands in reverse, it's like being ready but not doing it. Then you've got the Sun, which almost suggests like either becoming clearer about something or opening up. Three of Wands, King of Cups, it's setting the intention. But then you've got a card where it kind of... You've got a couple of cards where it's like, are you really going to get what you want? I don't know, it's a very mixed energy here. Let's look at that Tower card. One for the Tower, please. Why is the Tower there? The World and the Ace of Swords. I mean, ultimately, the only way that things are going to move into a new cycle and all that any old stagnant energy of being held back is going to move is if the truth comes out, whatever the truth is for you. That's ultimately the only way things can happen. But it looks like a really complex back and forth story of kind of doubt and uncertainty and almost, like literally the word almost is here with this. And I'm getting a weird tingling in my back as well when I'm saying almost. Okay, I'm going to look at the King of Swords. I mean, that's what you need to know about the situation. And now I did say before, there can be something about, do you feel like you need to know more, which that has come up a lot. But also, what you need to know about the situation, I would say, is that you're just going to have to speak your truth on it. You're really going to have to speak your truth on it. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. It's just going to be a continual stuck cycle that is probably quite frustrating for you. So let's clarify that King of Swords. I mean, you can clearly see the advice is another bunch of cards saying about speaking your truth, taking a risk, and then you can get happiness regardless of how that happiness comes, whether it is in the situation or with the person that you want it to be with, or again, that it sets you free, because the Fool sometimes feels like freedom to me, and you're then free to sort of say, okay, that didn't work out, cut my losses, find the happiness elsewhere. But King of Swords, please. I'm going to try that again. That was 4 cards. That was a lot. Oh, I should have taken them, actually. They did look like they made sense, to be honest, but it was just a lot. King of Swords, please. Why is he there? The energy of courage is available to you if you are willing to use it. That's the one thing that I will say. It's there, it's within you. You have that energy of courage within you, but you have to be the one to put the work in. Yeah, that's Eight of Pentacles sometimes. It can say that you're the one that has to put the work in, so... And you probably know this, to be honest, but it's just the whole... I get it, sometimes with some things, it is absolutely... It's terrifying. And it may not seem like it to other people, but only you know how you feel. It's back and forth energy again with that King of Swords. But yeah, the Chariot, again, it's the discipline. You have to take control. You're the one in power with the Chariot and making a move. You may be asking, is it worth it? But it's ultimately up to you to open up, speak your truth, make the plans, go ahead with things. The power's in your hands, basically. The Magician, the power's in your hands. Oh my God, and he's literally a magician with power in his hands to create whatever he wants. The power's in your hands. I'll get a couple for the Queen of Swords, the Fool, and the Ten of Cups, but I don't really see the point at this point in time. The World, the Two of Swords, yeah. I think that's just a warning that the indecisiveness, if there's a continuation of the indecisiveness, it just can't move. Nothing can move, nothing can change. There can't be a new cycle. I mean, I will get one more. And again, it's just the power's in your hands. It's a risk. I completely understand it's a risk. There may be fears there. There may be doubts there. Uncertainty, but the power's in your hands. Oh God, fears. The devil is the fears, isn't it? Let's just get one for the devil. But you deserve happiness. You deserve pleasure. Knight of Wands, I mean, that is a lack of action. And then the Two of Pentacles, that's that back and forth. It's like a need to kind of drop the balls. I've said this multiple times about dropping the balls and sort of freeing yourself up. And then, as I say, Knight of Wands, it's usually upright. It's about going off on a new journey, taking action. In reverse, it's not doing that. It's being held back. So I will just reiterate the powers in your hand. So I'm going to leave your reading there. Feel free to watch the other groups, decks of the Earth sign readings if you'd like to as well. I will just remind you of that. And also if you want to watch the readings for the other signs, the air signs, air, fire and water, if any of your sun, moon and rising signs are those as well. So final advice for group 1 Earth signs. Anything else? Well, not anything else, anything at all, should I say. So this is the Whispers of Love deck. Oh my Lord. Be willing to express love to receive love. So again, if you don't express, then you'll never know. And I did say, remember, not we're not giving to receive here, like, because there's no guarantee that you'll get what you want, but you just, it's 100% fail if you don't even try. Wow, that is crazy. Let's just get one more. Oh wow, on the bottom of the deck, look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. That is that courage energy there. Simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. First and foremost, be kind to yourself. I would say be kind to yourself. If you really want something, if there's any type of pleasure, path, whatever it is you want to pursue, be kind to yourself and allow yourself to if that's something that you've been doing. Let's just get one more for you, if I can. Ooh. Romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. So yeah, for someone there very well could be a relationship element to this, romantic relationship, if it's not something else. So I'll leave that there. I hope it was helpful for you. I mean, as I say, the key point is the power is in your hands. There's no guarantees, but the power really is in your hands either way. So yeah, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. Thank you for watching and have a blessed 2024. So welcome back, group 2 or deck 2, those of you who chose this one. So again, the messages are for anyone whose sun, moon or rising sign is an earth sign. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Again, feel free to watch 1, 2 or all of the readings within this video. And also if you want to watch the air, fire or water signs, if you have a sun, moon or rising sign, that is one of those as well. Thank you to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the video, subscribe to the channel. It's all appreciated. And if you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. So just to reiterate, the messages are for earth signs, group 2 earth signs. What do you need to know for 2024? Whether it is just an important event, theme, a running theme or a turning point. And this could happen at any point during 2024. So we're going to start off with a message for you from, or at least three messages for you from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck first of all. So for earth signs for 2024, what do we need to know? So group 2 earth signs, what do you need to know for 2024? You've got 1 there. 2 there, wow. Okay. I will take all of them actually. So, okay, this hasn't happened in a little bit. So the cards when I'm shuffling do tend to keep knocking this card over, but it didn't happen for the last, say, 2 or 3 readings I did, so I'm quite surprised. Right, you have. I think the first one was Trust and Thrive, Stag Energy, Trust and Thrive. Medicine Mother, Honor Your Inner Knowing. Why is that blurry? Okay, I'm going to leave that one there because I might look at that. Snake, Shed Old Skin. And Fire Guardian, Ignite Your Passion. So these 3 very self-explanatory, or pretty self-explanatory. Trust and thrive, you know, trust in yourself, trust in the universe, trust in your abilities to thrive. Shed old skin, you know, old beliefs, old ways, old way of life, that sort of thing. Ignite your passions. You know, I might look in the book for that as well. I'm not saying I'm going to read the whole thing, but just to pick a key message. But yeah, Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. That's kind of a very intuitive type card. So let's look at Medicine Mother first of all. And as I say, I'm not necessarily reading the entire message. So yeah, I will actually, you know, I'm going to read the whole thing. This message does feel very similar to the first one, but we'll see what tarot cards come out. So it says, the message says, take action, do what you know you need to do. Mother always knows best, they say, and it's true. We all know a maternal figure who's extremely intuitive and insightful, and this Medicine Mother has gone through many ups and downs. She has lived and she has lost. She knows what it's like to suffer and to want to give up. So the medicine of this card is that it's okay to make mistakes and get it wrong sometimes, and it's okay for things to come to an end. It's not the end of the world, it's just the end of one chapter and the beginning of something new. The Medicine Mother reminds you that even though you will have low lows, you aren't here to suffer. You're here to be supported and to support others. Let her give you the loving encouragement to take the next step forward. The extended message says there is an old pattern rising up in you now, and it's time to deal with it and release it for good. You're being encouraged to love and respect yourself enough to take the steps you know you need to take to move closer to where you'd like to be. You already know the answers. You know what you need to do. You may have been using delaying tactics or holding back, but now you are being guided to take action. Action requires courage, but your angels and guides are bringing you the courage to move forward. Take just one step. When you do, the next one will be presented to you. So yeah, the action requires courage stands out. So I don't know if there's a situation or something that you want, like your passions, whatever your passion is, where you want it, but you kind of, yeah, not trusting it, not making a move. So let's look at Ignite Your Passions. Fire Guardian. It says, connect with your desires. The sparks could lead you to something beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to read the whole thing. It's not very long, as you can see there. So the Fire Guardian represents the angels of fire. Fire is an energy that many people are afraid of, but shouldn't be. Burning desires can lead to great expansion. Allow the Fire Guardian to help you awaken a wilder side of yourself and burn away any fear or shame that stands between you and your desires. When this card appears, you are reminded that passion is powerful and absolutely encouraged by spirit. The extended message says, you are being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this time. If you have recently, just making sure I'm recording, set an intention to explore your sexual side or become more sexually open, the fire of desire can burn away any old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing that part of your nature. If you are in a relationship, this card can indicate a great spiritual and sexual connection. That sounds like a dream, doesn't it? Spiritual and sexual connection. Right, so I'm just going to point out, in one of the fire sign readings, I can't remember which one it was, there was something that came up about sexual energy. Or sexual exploration, and I also pointed out to them that if you haven't already seen it, I did a video on embracing intimacy, sensuality, and your sexual side. I did a video on that quite a few months ago now. So if you feel like that will be useful to you, then it's on the channel. If you look through the videos, it's on there. It might be in its own, it might be in a playlist called Embracing series, actually. So if you do feel like you want to watch that, I may put a link to it at the end of the recording or something. But yeah, if anybody wants to look at that, it's there. So let's get your tarot cards out and see what's happening. So I'm doing a 3x3 spread, which you'll understand, 3 rows, 3 columns when I put them out. We are going to look at past, present, and future energies, because I feel like it can be helpful to sort of see the story of where you've been, where you are at present, where you stand now, and where you're heading. So it kind of shows you how you're getting to where you want to go, really, doesn't it? So for Earth signs, group 2, let's get the first set of cards. So past energies. The first word, bloody hell, I've got my words mixed up. The first word I was trying to think of when I saw that sun card is optimism, but the word pessimism was in my head instead. That is really strange, but it's optimism I'm thinking of, not pessimism. Like the meaning I was thinking of was optimism, but the word pessimism was there for some reason. Right. Oops. Whoa, and I said pessimism, and then the Three of Swords came out. So it's in reverse. It could be that you were hurt. It could also be fears. With it being in reverse, it's making me think of fears of getting hurt, to be honest. But we'll see what clarifies it. Okay. Or avoiding getting hurt. So yeah, that is fears of getting hurt, isn't it, if you're avoiding it? Lovely. I don't know where the hell that's gone. Okay, just bear with me. It is right under the table in a really awkward angle. I think it was just the one, hopefully. Yeah, it looks like it's just the one, and I don't know whether that was upright or not. We've got the Four of Cups. I'm going to have to take it upright because I've got no idea how it fell, which way it was when it fell. So let's look at the present energies now, or the current energies. So we have the Chariot and the High Priestess. Next, the Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. There's something with these cards. Oh, yeah, the whole row actually. Yeah, the whole row. Something about doing the right thing with the whole row there. Right, final set of cards. So this is the 2024 stuff, the future energies now. 6. Wow, that is amazing energy. That is 6 of Wands strength card. I mean, that is like a rising, hardcore rising up energy with strength and 6 of Wands. Like really stepping into your power. And probably being respected for it as well. And possibly successful, but I would say probably being respected more than anything else. So next one. 3 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. And finally, Magician. Wow. So I wonder if you guys watched the first group of cards, because I can see the connection here, but this one, it looks like a greater progression. And I will, with that Magician, I'll just reiterate the term. The power is in your hands, but here it looks like you took the power in your hands, literally. There is something with that 3 of Cups that the word connect was coming to mind as well. But let's get on with clarifying. So first of all, the Sun, I said optimism was the first thing, so that's past energy, right? So this column of cards all represent you specifically. The middle column represents what you need to know about yourself or the situation, and the end is basically what you can learn or from it, or how you can move forward. So again, sun first of all, and I've got optimism for that. So that's the past. That's where you've been in relation to this specific situation. I thought that was the Sun again, then is the King of Cups. So it's something that you felt, I'd say you felt good about. You felt strongly about it, you felt good about it, you felt positive about it. Whether or not you actually revealed that, that's another, no, you didn't. Not fully anyway, because the King of Swords in reverse, I mean, that is about the communication, isn't it? And in reverse, it's like, you know, but you haven't 100% said exactly how you feel about things. And obviously the King of Cups, he does tend to keep things to himself anyway, doesn't he? Like, he won't let his emotions out just willy-nilly. It's when he's ready. So 7 of Cups, yeah, you could have had different opportunities, different options, different perspectives, and you may have felt optimistic about something, but you were exploring different avenues or opportunities, and trying to figure out how you felt about something, because the cups are emotions, aren't they? So deciding what was worth pursuing, really, based on your feelings, maybe. Again, I will reiterate, this does look like avoiding getting hurt or fear of getting hurt, possibly. That Queen of Wands, in terms of if it's an opportunity, perspectives, whatever, what is worth pursuing, it's what stood out the most. You were thinking about what stood out the most, what shone the brightest light or whatever, what stood out the most to you, whatever that means to you. And obviously it can mean different things to different people. So say if you were a person who was going for different jobs, everybody's got like their non-negotiables, the things that are most important to them. For some people it's the money, like for some, what would represent the Queen of Wands is the high salary. For other people it might be the colleagues, like what relationship you have with the colleagues, or the potential of the kind of people that they seem like that would stand out the most to you if you had a job interview. For some people it's the company benefits, for some it's the type of work, the hours, the location. There's different things. That's just one example. It could be any relating to anything, relationships, creativity, whatever. But yeah, the job thing came to mind. The Three of Swords for me, it can be pain, but it can also be disappointment. So it's, for me, it still feels like wanting to avoid disappointment. And then that Four of Cups there, it's just a time where you are really contemplating what to do, really. Again, this person is on their own. They're in a kind of in a meditative state, not communicating. So you may not have fully expressed at that time what choice, what decision you wanted to make, what you wanted to invest in, with that Page of Pentacles being there. But you wouldn't want to invest in something where you'd end up making a loss, would you? And it sounds like I'm talking in business terms, doesn't it? But even like, again, if it was a job, you don't want to do a job where it ends up being detrimental to you. Or if it's a relationship, you don't want to be with someone where, say you've dated them for a while and you start to see a million red flags and it's like, oh shit, this isn't going to work. Or, you know, you want to avoid the disappointment and getting hurt. Magician is there. Why do I feel like the Magician and the Queen of Swords is about manipulation together? I think because the Magician can be known, usually more so when he's in reverse, to be manipulative. That's why. And it's in between a Page of Pentacles and a Queen of Swords in reverse. So in reverse, if you're looking at it not so much as a work in progress, which is something that it can mean to me, the Queen of Swords in reverse, for me, that would kind of be someone that could be manipulative with the truth or not telling the whole truth. The Page of Pentacles, for me, I'm thinking of somebody who, oh God, how would I put it? You know, love bombing is coming to mind with that. And I'm not saying that's the exact situation here, but you know, somebody offering something that they're not really willing to give. And that's love bombing, isn't it? Where you tell, where people, not me, I've never done that. Where you'd sort of tell people that how much you want to be with them and that you're going to get married in the future after like 1 week, but really there's no intention of that. That is what that's making me think of. So, and it's not just in relationships, again, it's jobs. I think I've used this example before where the company kind of sells it as, oh, we're great and we have these benefits and we treat our employees like they're kings and queens and blah, blah, blah. But really when you start to work there, it's like, oh shit, I've been duped. They were full of shit. They were just trying to get me into the job. But yeah, all the promises that they made are bullshit. It's that kind of energy. But that's your fears. I'm not saying that's what happened. That would have been your trying to avoid getting hurt, trying to avoid getting duped, manipulated, you know, somebody pretending to offer a lot when they haven't got shit to offer. Really, I know that's quite blunt, but yeah. So Four of Cups again, carefully contemplating, is this the right decision? But it's kind of like it's a bit of a limbo energy. Can it match my dreams, what I really want, is what I'm getting from that. Is it worth taking action on? Am I going to end up disappointed? Is it going to be fair? So let's continue. So that's past energy. So you were optimistic about something, but there were concerns around if it was going to work to your favor, and you probably spent a long time trying to think about it. And as I say, it looks like you may have had different opportunities, options, avenues that you could have gone down. It doesn't look like there was just one thing presented to you and it's like, right, you either choose this or nothing. It looks like you had multiple choices, like a multiple choice test. So we're going to look at the Chariot and the High Priestess. That's where you are now. So I'm not sure what that means just yet. I'd say your intuition, you're trying to follow your intuition on something now. But let's see what else comes out for that. So the Chariot and the High Priestess. Five of Wands, okay. You might be a bit conflicted actually with your intuition, to be honest. I mean, it speaks of honouring your inner knowing here and igniting your passion. I'm going to try that again. That was a bit of a messy... There we go, Sun. Anything else? Knight of Pentacles. Let's get one more. Ooh, so this is a funny one. Let's just get one more. You've got a card of intuition there and the Chariot, which is a card of movement. It's like choosing a direction and moving in it. But it almost feels like with that Five of Wands coming up, there's something about your intuition that is challenging. Like, do you know what to trust? Are you honouring your inner knowing? And this is present energy, as I was saying. There's still a bit of a cautious energy because you've got the Knight of Pentacles next to the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles is still here. So it's kind of like taking your time. So are you still kind of wondering about success in general? Is everything clear to you? I'm trying to see it a different way, but it's not really coming up in a different way. Like if you already had the intuition and knew what to do and were going towards something, but I don't know, I'm not 100% certain. That's what I'm feeling. I mean, for some, it could be that you have followed your intuition and there are a bunch of challenges that you're dealing with to succeed in whatever it is you want to succeed in and get the satisfaction. You're taking the necessary steps. You may be trusting how you feel. But as I say, for some, there could be something where you kind of, yeah, not 100% certain if you can trust your intuition, your feelings. You might be a bit cautious in terms of your feelings, trusting your feelings to get you what you want. Let's look at that Knight of Pentacles. So it's going to be a dual message by the looks of it. That is not the devil, is it? Oh, it is the devil. Okay. That devil could it be slowing you down a little bit? Maybe. Something else came out then and I don't know what it is. It's that, isn't it? What is it? Judgment. So this is what you need to know about the situation. The devil in reverse is often to do with overcoming fears, challenges, that sort of thing. You could be doing that, but it feels, I don't know, it feels like it could be really slow progress. There may be something you want to try again, actually, because they've got the Six of Swords going towards judgment. Judgment can be, I mean, this is moving on, but why is it going towards judgment, which is something that can be about second opportunities? And it doesn't mean the exact same thing. It's like a new chance to try something that you've done before in a different way, but with more clarity. You could have learned something and are using that knowledge to move forward. It's a bit of a strange energy, to be honest. Let me look at the Two of Swords. See, it's not certain, it's not showing me. Like I said, there were a bunch of avenues to choose from up here, but it's not even showing that you picked one of them. Necessarily, it's almost like you're still choosing, to be honest, or you've only just chosen, which is really weird. Okay, well, not necessarily, but yeah, it does seem a bit odd. But it just seems like the progress is very, very slow, like you're still kind of really reluctant and like, yeah, I don't know what to pick, I'm not 100% sure yet. Two of Wands, that's the kind of the advice, isn't it? So Four of Wands. I feel like this Two of Wands is saying, it does still feel like a little bit of a limbo energy, more than anything else. Although I said it could be that somebody's following their intuition and trying to overcome challenges to achieve something, because with the Devil being there, I mean, it could mean for some that with that Knight of Pentacles, you have started to do what you need to do. You have become clearer and overcoming the challenges, but it is a real dual message. So let's look at perspective one. For people who have overcome the challenges and they're making their moves, you've built a foundation. Maybe there is probably still a need though to kind of express more of exactly what you want to build upon the foundation, or to discover more about what you want to build upon the foundation. For those of you where it's like you still haven't made a proper decision yet, you still have some doubts, it's like there is a foundation there, but it's the same message as the other one, where you need to express properly or more, or discover more about what you want to change things and get what you want. So I'm going to leave that there, and we're going to move on to the potential future. I know that is a bit of a weird dual thing, but that, yeah, when I feel uncertain, it makes me think that there's uncertainty within the energy as well. So Six of Wands, strength. I mean, as I said that at the beginning, and I stand by that, it looks like an uprising where you're just literally taking the power into your hands, aren't you? And doing what you need to do. So Six of Wands and strength, please. So again, there's a foundation there. So in the future, it looks like you'll be building upon a foundation that you already have. Could be honouring how you feel more. So whatever it is that your heart wants, yeah, it's bringing it together. It's where you have the courage to literally sort of be like, right, I'm doing it. I'm putting the energy in no matter what. I'm making this work. Whether it is work, relationships, your path, whatever. Queen of Wands in reverse. Why is she in reverse? Was it meant to be in reverse? Yeah, you could put yourself out there more though. There's a need to put yourself out there more, express yourself a little bit more. So in the future, it looks like you'll probably progress with that and put yourself out there more in whatever capacity that means, whether it's like shining your light more brightly, expressing yourself more, expressing how you feel. It says shed old skin, so that shedding of old skin, I mean, you've got the Death card coming up first, rebirth, wow, Moon, Ten of Swords, Three of Swords, Death. It could be fears with that. It feels more like fears. With the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords, it feels more like, yeah, and the Moon as well, that can be fears too. The fear of putting yourself in the spotlight and how you'll be seen, if you will be valued. I mean, these are challenges that you could have overcome actually, because with the energy that's there already, it's having the courage to overcome that. So you've probably overcome that. You may, by this point in the future, in 2024, you probably would have overcome that, shed the old skin and transformed in the process with the Death card. See, this for me, when you get Death and the King of Cups together, it's kind of like gaining another level of emotional maturity and intelligence. So what you need to know about the situation, Wheel of Fortune, I mean, the Three of Cups with that, it's changing things by, I said connection at the beginning, connecting with others, putting yourself out there, getting the support you need, being around the supportive people that you need to be around. I'm going to try that again. Just putting yourself in the right circles, or being in the right circles, however that resonates for you. Seven of Wands. Judgment. Yeah, I kind of get it now, but let's see. I would say there's a dropping of defenses in the it's about what you need to know. It's about dropping of defenses in the future. So it doesn't mean that you have no level of boundaries or assertiveness, but you kind of just have this stronger sense of, you know who you are, you know what you stand for, and you kind of less worried about getting hurt, I would say. Like you're up for the challenge, you can deal with it. I mean, like, for example, if it was a romantic relationship, I mean, we know there's no guarantee and anything could happen at any time, but it's like being willing to put yourself out there and do it anyway, even though you know there's no guarantee and things might not work out. It's like, yep, I think I can cope with this and still do what I need to do. That trust and thrive energy. Just trust that you can handle it, and the power's in your hands with that magician, that you're capable of dealing with anything and adapting within any situation, or to certain circumstances you can adapt. So let's clarify that magician. 6 of Swords, the Tower. I almost feel like that's in the wrong order, to be honest with you. I would say that it's the ability to deal with tower moments. Like if you need to move on, you can move on and try again. So I feel like that should have been more like that. What, like, say that whoever you're around, whether it is a romantic relationship, whatever situation it is, especially in situations where you feel there should be some sort of support or connection with people, it's knowing that even if something goes wrong, you'll be able to move on from that and succeed elsewhere, probably. Let's just get one more for that, and then I'll get you final bits of advice. Yep, you can go in a new direction, and fearlessness, boldness, sort of just try again, new adventure, basically. So I'm going to leave that there for you. We've got one card that's fallen down, just bear with me. It's the 9 of Cups. Yep, you can go in a new direction and get your satisfaction, pleasure, fulfillment elsewhere. So let us get you final advice from the Power of Surrender deck. So final advice for Group 2 Earth signs from the Power of Surrender deck. You have surrender, denial, accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. So that, what I was saying at the beginning about overthinking potentially and really being in a state of contemplation, it's like analysis paralysis, isn't it? That surrender, denial thing. If you see things exactly as they are, and try not to overanalyze things, it'll make life easier for you. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Again, that can really help with analysis paralysis. It's like, if you see red flags, don't ignore them. If you see green flags, you don't have to overthink it. Just go with your gut and balance things out as well. I know we talk about red flags quite often, but the green flags are just as important as well. And just don't try to overanalyze it. So we also have surrender your addictions, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking. Take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. So you could have any of these addictions. I would say one thing that came up in here is analysis. Overanalyzing things could be an addiction to you as well. Yeah, I know I'm not picking on Virgo. I think Virgos are fantastic, which I've said in many videos. Virgos is an energy though. I'm not saying every Virgo is like this, but Virgo is a strong energy of analysis. So yeah, not to say that they're the ones that overanalyze the most, but yeah, that just came to mind then. Right. Surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in quiet, meditative moments. Focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So again, the analysis paralysis thing, if you're trying to decide on an avenue, pursuit, passions, options, opportunities, try not to overthink it. Just try to relax and let the answer come to you without over analyzing and overthinking. But I will leave your reading there. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. You're welcome to book a personal reading if you want to do that. See the info in the description box. Hopefully there was something helpful for you. Thank you for watching and have a blessed 2024. Welcome back, Group 3, Deck 3. Those of you who chose this particular deck. So again, the messages are for Earth signs whose Sun, Moon or Rising sign is Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. Feel free, if you haven't already done so, to watch any of the other decks, groups within this pick a card reading, or if you want to, if one of your if your Sun, Moon or Rising sign is an air, fire or water sign, you're welcome to watch those as well. Thank you to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the video, subscribes to the channel. It's all appreciated. And if you want to book a personal reading, see the info in the description box below the video and how to do that. So again, reiterating, the messages are for Earth signs, Group 3 Earth signs, what you need to know for 2024, whether it is an important, it's relating to an event, a theme, a running theme, or a turning point, and this could happen at any point during 2024. So we're going to start off with a message for you from the, if I can actually think right now, because I've done quite a few readings today, the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So from the Sacred Destiny Oracle, messages for Group 3 Earth signs for 2024. What do they need to know? That was really quick. Wow, you got 3 exactly as well. Oh, that's, you know what? I have a feeling that Earth signs, there's a possibility that you guys might watch all 3 videos because I can see the connections. So you've got abundance, blessings and pleasure, and I don't feel the need to read these from the book. They're quite self-explanatory. So we're going to get into your tarot cards. We're going to get straight into your tarot cards, and I'm doing a 3x3 reading. So we are going to do past, present and future energies because I feel it's important to know where you're going. You kind of you need to know where you've been, where you stand now, so that you can kind of see where you're heading, because the potential future energy, it's not set in stone, but it's where you could be heading. So let's start off with that past energy for you. So past energies, 4 of Pentacles, first of all. Right, 2 of Swords. Okay. Bloody hell, that's a stuck energy. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Those 3 are a mega I mean, thank God it's in the past. Hopefully the rest that come out are better, but that is one hell of a stuck energy. That's like literally, I don't know what to do. Yeah. So let's look at the current present energy. That's a lot better. Thank God for that, because who wants to be in a stuck energy like that for such a long time? That's a lot to yeah, that's a lot to deal with, that is. So right, Queen of Swords in reverse and the 4 of Swords. Okay, 6 of Swords there. And finally, the potential future energy. So this is like the real 2024 stuff now. You got Temperance and the 7 of Swords. Right, let's look at the next card. It's happening again where it keeps on knocking the element card over. Right, oh, that's nice. Queen of Wands, my very battered Queen of Wands. The story of how she ended up looking like this is on the community page on the channel. And the 2 of Cups, that's quite a nice energy, that is. And then we have one more card for the potential future energy. Brilliant. That's a good card to have, especially with it being under that. You can see the progression. So as I've said, past energies where you've been, present energies where you stand now, potential future energies where you may be heading. This column, these going down here, all represent you specifically. The middle represents what we need to know about you or the situation. And this column is what you can learn from it, or what you need to know going forward, what you can learn going forward. So it's kind of advice. So we're going to get the clarifiers out for you. Starting off with that Four of Pentacles, I mean, representing your energy, that is playing your cards close to your chest. It can be protecting yourself, your finances. Yeah, let's see what comes up for that. So that Four of Pentacles for the past energy, Wheel of Fortune, okay. It's, you know what came to mind? It was gambling that came to mind, which the Wheel of Fortune can actually be associated with gambling. But obviously gamblers take a risk, don't they? And this energy is specifically an energy of not being willing to take a risk, not to take a chance. It's funny the gambling thing came up. King of Swords, yeah, because it's logic. You'd want to be logical about something, whatever it is. If there's something that there was an opportunity to do something, or if you could have opened up about something, there's a very logical energy here. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that because it doesn't make sense, or it's too risky, it's not safe. Anything else? I am actually losing my voice at this point. I've already explained that I've had a bit of some sort of bug this week. So yeah, you know, the whole blocked sinuses, sore throat, etc. But I mean, I'm all right. But yeah, the voice is going now. So this is the last reading for the day. Right, and we have Temperance. Yeah, I would say that there's whatever this is about here, and obviously we're going to dig deeper and see what we can figure out. It's being unwilling to take a risk. There's a lot of logic involved here, and it's just like, it doesn't feel safe. There's no harmony because it doesn't feel safe. Like maybe you didn't have enough information. There's no guarantee. Whatever it is, it's just a feeling of it's not safe. Yeah. So Two of Swords, what we need to know about it, indecisiveness for a start, I would say. Also, and I don't usually, I mean, there can be the two truths thing here as well. But it's, what's another, is it deadlock or something you get with the Two of Swords too? It does feel more like that deadlock kind of energy where it's just blockage, blocked off. I don't even know if it's indecisiveness or it's just like, nope, I'm not satisfied, because that can be dissatisfaction as well. I'm not satisfied that this is worth it. That looks like blocked intuition, to be honest, with the High Priestess. However, with that Knight of Wands being there, it may be something that you wanted to act on, that felt like it, you may have felt a desire for it, but it's just like you didn't trust your intuition or couldn't trust your intuition. Yeah, you've got the Four of Pentacles. It's in reverse this time. But it doesn't feel any different. It feels like there was probably a need to take a risk, but Nine of Swords, you've got heavy anxiety there. So it could have been abundant. There was the potential to create something new or do something new. Could possibly have been abundant, but there's a lot of anxiety over it not feeling certain enough, or safe, possibly. Let's look at that Four of Cups there. So that would have been your advice, what you can learn from that. You've got the Death card and the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, okay. I would say if you are someone who is very cautious and you like to rely on logic and evidence and practicality about things, this is where it says that whatever the opportunity was in the past that you wanted or you were interested in order to get it, you couldn't have done it. How do I put it? Like, your usual way of doing things, like with all the logic and the caution and blah 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 and needing a guarantee, wouldn't work for this particular opportunity. It's almost like you'd have to be able to take a risk to pursue that particular opportunity. And yeah, it's like there may have been fear around being disappointed if you pursued the opportunity and it didn't work out, but there's probably more disappointment by not taking a risk, because not taking a risk guarantees that you don't get it. I know that sounds really wacky. It's like, you know, when people say if you don't try, then you automatically fail. It's that kind of energy, isn't it? And I'm not gonna lie, it's a running theme with these the earth sign readings so far, but the progression isn't bad. It doesn't look too bad. So, okay, let's continue. Let's move on. But yeah, it's a learning to take a risk, I would say, and not need so much certainty. So let's look at the Page of Cups and Temperance. That's the present energy. So I would say first off, there's a desire to express, or there's a feeling about something. There's not a, what do you call it, the Judgment card, like saying a second chance or anything. The Page of Cups can be a new feeling as well. So you may have a new feeling, or you feel a new way about something in particular. But there's a more of a level of harmony with it. I mean, temperance can be about connection as well, but it can also be about harmony. So you may feel more harmonious in a weird way about it. So if there's something from the past, then you just have a new feeling about it. You feel differently about it now, and you feel calmer about it. Maybe you don't feel so cautious anymore. Maybe something's changed within you. You might have been through a rebirth, transformation, awakening, and you feel a lot more peaceful about things. Or it's that you've gotten past that, but you've learned from that past situation, and now you have like a new belief and a new feeling about something in general, or something new. It's like transferring that energy to something new. So Page of Cups and Temperance. Yeah, the anxiety's, I'd say less. If not entirely gone, it's less. Like you've kind of been able to turn it around. Because this again is your energy still. Or you're at least willing to face the anxiety. If it's not that you've gotten past it somehow. Because anxiety doesn't just disappear, does it? It's normal as a human being to experience anxiety. It's how you deal with it, like whether you have it and you're able to kind of calm down, or you have it and it fucks you up, to be frank. So we've got the High Priestess there. Yeah, it's kind of like the anxiety in the past energies would have completely interfered with your intuition. Like you wouldn't even have listened to it, because you just would have thought, no, bullshit, it's not practical, logical evidence, it's bullshit. But here, maybe this is where you're more spiritually tapped in, or more trusting of the unseen things, like intuition, gut feelings, that sort of thing. And that could be what the new feeling is. So you've got the Hanged Man. Wow, I like that. That is pretty good. Yeah, the Judgment cards. Yeah, second chance. It doesn't mean second chance with the same person or opportunity. But the Hanged Man being in reverse for me, I mean, obviously upright, it's introspection, but it's very much keeping to yourself, not sharing what you're thinking, feeling, can be overthinking even. Reversed, it's not saying that you don't think about things at all, that you completely disregard logic and practicality. It's just that you are probably now more in a frame of mind where it's like, yeah, I'll consider the logic, I'll consider the practicality, but I will also have more of a balance of considering intuition, gut feelings, emotions, that sort of thing, doing it in a different way. And the Nine of Pentacles feels like there's more confidence to it as well. So let's look at that Queen of Swords. That's what you need to know about this situation. Or about yourself. It feels like the balance again. It feels again like that balance, like when you have a decision to make, or you have an opportunity to choose, or an option to choose, or an avenue to choose, a path, a dream, whatever. There is more of a balance in how you make decisions from that. Like you've got a stronger foundation now, where you probably do honor your emotions more. Like you're able to kind of be more honest with yourself and open about it and express your truth in that way, rather than relying completely on logic. You probably do have a stronger foundation. And let's have a look at that Six of Swords actually. I was going to say you've moved on from the past, and you've got the Five of Cups and the Six of Swords again. Yeah, you've probably moved on from the old methods of how you made choices or chose things, where there was probably very much a focus on, oh, well, I did that before and I got hurt. It's like you've moved on from that frame of mind where you're not focusing on the fact that you've been hurt, but you can sort of say, okay, yep, in the past I was hurt. Going forward, I'll attempt the things that I want to attempt. the things that bring me pleasure, I would say, the things that have the potential to be abundant. And I know that if they don't work out, I can move on again because it's there twice with that Six of Swords being there. So I feel like that's saying that you can handle any conflicts. If any conflicts come up, you can handle it. Yeah, you can handle it because you know that you can free yourself from it. You can free yourself, and there are other ways of gaining success. I like that. That's quite interesting. Right, so future energies, we've got the Hanged Man again and the Seven of Swords, and that again, it's like almost like the balance again of making decisions, because the Seven of Swords can be about risk, but the taking a risk, but the Hanged Man again is looking at the different perspectives, isn't it? Like contemplating something, not rushing. But again, because of the two of them are together, and this is your energy again, future wise, it is the balance of the two, like using both, not just relying on pure logic or pure emotion. And that does bring in more pleasure, more blessings, more abundance, because you're not kind of blocking either part of yourself, either side of yourself. So going into 2024, you probably will have more of a balanced perspective and way of decision making and choosing opportunities, paths. So 9 of Wands, 4 of Wands. I mean, I'd say this is what you've overcome. If you've been through that 9 of Wands, you've gotten to the point, as I said before, where you've built a stronger foundation within yourself now, and there's less doubt, less fear, less caution in terms of making decisions. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Get one more. So yeah, you're willing to put in the work with the 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, and probably to continue learning as you go as well. Like I would say, it's like you don't have to have all of the answers before you do something. Now it's like I've got a foundation, I've got the solid foundation within myself, within my values, within who I am. I'm willing to put in the work and learn as I go along. I don't need to know every single detail down to the T straight off. And that's, for you, that might be a risk. For other people, like people who are more risk takers, they don't give a shit, they'll do it anyway, even if they don't know what the hell's going on and where they're going. But if you are already someone who's very grounded, stable, cautious, etc., that is a heavy risk, isn't it, doing something without having all of the information and the facts first. So as I say, that's something, yeah, you've got your new belief system. It's like a new belief system, that you don't have to have every single little bit of information or detail or whatever resources even to begin with. You can gather things along the way. So Queen of Wands, 2 of Cups. What do you need to know about the situation? It's again, there's the fearlessness there of being able to pursue what you want to pursue and just share openly. Again, it's not to say that you have no discernment, assertiveness, boundaries, that sort of thing. It's just that you're willing to put yourself out there without worrying about, oh well, I'm going to get hurt. Like that's the lowest thing down on your list, or lower down on your list. Now it's just like, right, I want to put myself out there, I want to shine, I want to express who I am, I want to share who I am with another person, with another thing, and let's just enjoy it. Pleasure. So in terms of specific situations, it could be, I mean, you've got relationship cards here, so that could be, for me, I often see the Queen of Wands in relationship situations. Not often, but sometimes it can be where someone puts themselves out to date, where you're not so much worried about getting hurt if you go dating, or if you have any particular skill or talent or ability, you're willing to openly share that now, rather than sort of thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be rejected or laughed out of the building or whatever. In work situations, it's not doubting yourself so much and thinking, oh, well, I haven't had enough experience, blah, blah, blah. Spiritually, if you had spiritual gifts, it's not fearing if it's going to work or whatever. It's just sort of, let's give it a go, see what happens, and I can learn as I go along. It's that type of energy. And even in terms of your personality as well, not holding yourself back and thinking, oh well, I'm not going to show who I really am or share that side of myself because I'm going to be rejected, because the 2 of Cups can be understanding as well. So it's sort of going in with an open mind, that you're willing to go in to understand someone, and you have you kind of have this belief that they are going to understand you as well. I mean, yeah, they could prove you wrong and turn out to reject you or whatever, but you're more focused on the positives of, right, I want to enjoy this experience rather than focusing on all the shit that could go wrong, basically. So Queen of Wands, yep, you know your worth. You know your worth, so that's the main thing. Oh, bloody hell. They've lost a ton of cards down the side there. Right, what we got? 3 of Cups. Okay, I'm going to have to pause this because I don't know where those have gone. Okay, Earth sign, sorry about that. Well, I can only find 1 card. I'm convinced more than 1 fell down there and I can't find it, so I am going to be doing a card count after this. So you've got the 3 of Cups, the Sun. As I said, focusing on the positives. I mean, I know the 3 of Cups is there in reverse, which means to me, obviously, you are fully aware that there is a risk that you may not get the support you want. And that, yeah, things may not go the way you want them to, but you're more focused on the positive and trying to just see the best in the situation and enjoy it. Enjoyment, you've got enjoyment in the Sun. Even if it's a case of, well, I'll just enjoy it while it lasts, kind of thing. I mean, as I say, it's not that you're completely being illogical and putting up with bullshit. It's just that you're focused on the pleasure and the positives rather than worrying about all the stressful stuff. So we've got the Magician there. Capability, for me that's capability. You've got the 2 of Swords. So let's get one more after that. I'd say that you maybe trust people a little bit more as well, or have more faith in people, possibly. Let's get one more card for that 2 of Swords, and then I will look at the World. I mean, it's a new cycle, so the advice, it's like a new approach will create a new cycle for you as well with the advice there. Empress. Okay, so I know sometimes the 2 of Swords can be connected to intuition. This particular card, the way they describe it in the book, this 2 of Swords, it's that she's got a decision to make and she's being really silly about it because she's blindfolded, throwing the knives at a thing, and it's expressing that she's doing it in a silly way. But for me, the 2 of Swords can be a card that speaks of trusting in your intuition more, or a need to do so. And with it being in between the Magician and the Empress, that are both very empowered cards, they are both very empowered. It suggests that even if it is a risk and you don't 100%, again, it's having faith and trust, even if you don't know the outcome, having that faith and trust, knowing that you are capable of handling situations, regardless of the outcome. And that you can still nurture yourself, nurture others, be generous, be open, without stressing so much about the potential negative outcomes that may or may not happen. So we're going to look at your final card of the World as advice. And I did say it means, for me, it's a new approach, brings in new cycles of abundance, blessings, pleasure, that sort of thing. Page of Pentacles, it's that willingness, isn't it, to it's just the willingness to go for it, to try, even if you don't, again, if you don't know all of the answers, the information, etc. It's just being willing and open to try, having an open mind, willing to learn. And then after that, you get 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, abundance, blessings, pleasure, joy, happiness. What more could you want? And it's brilliant when they're together as well, because that's like stable as well. So it's not just emotional fulfillment, it's stability too. So I'm going to get final cards or card of advice for you from the Postcards from Spirit deck. So for group 3 Earth signs, let's see what your final bit of advice is. You've got 2 cards, which I will read both of them. And your cards say, Dear you, what is true for you? Can you be impeccable with your word? Sure you can, as long as it's not used to manipulate others. The truth can set everyone free. Let go of the results, let go of your fears, and allow the truth to empower you and others. This will set into motion a kind of change that will be supportive of you and loving, and all kinds of prosperous. This is not a time to compromise and hide your truth from others, whatever it is you want. Go for it and be clear in your motives, especially with yourself. You will be so happy you did. This is a time where you will tap into the power to co-create and manifest your best life. Doesn't that feel amazing? And the results? Miraculous. When you tell the truth and ask for the same of others, you can learn a lot from life's bountiful lessons and achieve your dreams. Love you always. I mean, it's self-explanatory. You take it literally as it is, but again, at the beginning, it was like a stuck, blocked, closed off energy, wasn't it? So if you're closing yourself off, you're not kind of showing the real you. And that comes in here. Once you open up and you're less concerned about the negative outcomes, then it can be more prosperous, because then people will show their real selves with you as well, won't they? Right, it says, dearest you, we need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you and everyone and make things right. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story, one in which you are a victim of someone else's actions or your own. You don't need to carry this around. You can set yourself free. Even advocating for good because of this experience requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really desire, right? Imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry when you do not forgive. You can do it. Everyone over here believes in you and adores you. So for those of you who have been really closed off and reluctant to show who you are, it could be because you've been hurt by people, which I think I mentioned here. Or if I didn't, I feel like I did, but if I didn't, I mentioned at the very least like potential fear of being hurt and rejected and the negative shit that can come from opening up to people. So there may be some people that you may, and I'll never force or push for anyone to forgive anyone. That's entirely free will. It's your choice. But there may be some people that you need to forgive, or the situation. If you can't forgive the person, at least forgive the situation and try and move on from it. Which it looks like with the energies that you've got of being able to kind of move forward and open up more, you probably are going to be doing that anyway. And sometimes we need to forgive ourselves, and we end up in situations where we get treated like shit, but obviously we, to a certain degree, played a role in that, didn't we? Like if you were in a 5-year relationship with someone that cheated on you continuously, absolutely you did not deserve that one little bit. But if you knew what they were doing and you still kind of kept the relationship going in the hopes that things would change, it's kind of like you played a role in that, didn't you? So you may beat yourself up about that and say, oh God, why did I waste so much time and put up with that? And it's like you kind of needing to forgive yourself as well and realize that, look, you're human, you wanted to make it work. Was it the best decision? No, probably not, but it's done. You can learn from it and you can move on. So, yep, I'm going to leave your reading there. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. Thank you very much for watching and have a blessed 2024.